no matter where you are in your painting, I think you can learn something there.
It's just this other layer of bringing more freedom into my creativity.
It has the potential to keep someone accountable, to keep at it and keep going and push through the hard stuff.
When I look back and see the progress that I've made, even 6 months ago versus today, I mean, the quantum leaps, just the things that we learn just build on each other.
Specifically, you're going to find what's going to really fit you and what's going to help you and develop as an artist, go to the next level with your own work.
It's changed tremendously. I now have a daily practice. I know what I'm doing. I'm focused. I have learned so much. It's taken me to where I want to go.
I've gained a lot more confidence. I've learned a lot of the fundamentals that are needed to paint.
But he's such a great teacher. It's just been a wonderful, marvelous experience.
It is the most supportive group of people that I have ever encountered. It will change your life. When I found this and found the rate is to join the Acrylic University, there was like no reason not to. It'll change your life.
Welcome, 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 everybody who's excited for Monday night celebration. Who cares about Monday night football? This is where it's at tonight, right? Am I right? It is so fun to see everybody, and I am here with my good friend, Mr. Peter Stout. Peter.
Good evening, everybody. Excited to be here tonight.
Look at this. I got to show some of these. I'm excited. Woohoo. Yes. I love it. I love it.
So much enthusiasm.
I love it. Oh, man. Better than football. I'm so excited. Oh, you know what's funny is I keep trying to click on them, but they go by so fast that you almost like miss them.
Yeah,
but so good to hear from you guys. Peter, it's going to be a good night, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So here's some news that we need to tell you. If you were coming here tonight expecting me to be doing a dual painting showdown, it's not really a showdown, but it's more like a show off. It's like, hey, Diana and I often paint together on these celebration nights. Well, I just have a little bit of news for you. It's not going to happen tonight because Diana's mom actually passed away just yesterday or the day before. And so she's not able to be with us. So I'm sure she would appreciate your prayers and support that way. But also just want to let you know that so that you understand why we've changed plans a little bit here. And I'm going to be doing the painting. But that's just a small part of what we're doing tonight because we're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to be giving away a $500 Amazon gift card. We're going to be giving away some more brushes and a few things. One thing I promised the other day, and let me just see if I have it right here, is I don't have it right now in front of me, but I have a paint set that I'd love to give away. And I'll find it. I'll find it eventually here. I had it out because I was going to show it to everybody again. But we got a good paint set. And
awesome.
Yeah.
We're also going to do something with the painting. So
yes,
that'll be cool.
That's a little, I'll tell you that later, but because it probably won't mean that much right now. It's just a pretty blank board here. So we won't go into that too much, but I do want to show you quickly what I am going to paint just so you can see it. This is the scene. It's going to be this is actually a place pretty close by here. Diana took this picture, but when I saw it, I go like, tell me where you took that picture, because I think I know exactly where that is. And I was right. It is that little hill back there, this little tiny place. It's like a big rock. That is just on the other side of that is what I call Secret Beach. It's a beach that Renee and Willow and I found. Renee found it. Some friend showed her, but it's kind of one of our favorite places to go in the summer. It's really fun. And there's this huge sandy beach that shows up at low tide. When high tide comes in, there's no beach at all. It's just the big rock. But at low tide, it's a ginormous sandy flat beach. It's really fun. So anyways, that's what we're going to be painting tonight. I think it'll be fun to get some of this reflective action in the water, and got some good distance and atmospheric perspective on those hills in the background. Plus you have some sunset type colors. I just think it's going to be a great time. So I will show you also what my canvas looks like. I painted it purple. And some of you will go, why'd you paint it purple? And I will just say, well, because I knew somebody was going to ask me, why'd you paint it purple? And I would say, why not? Why not, right?
I love it.
In purple. I had no reason not to. But really, if I was giving you a better reason, I'd say because I was just thinking I wanted to paint on something that was kind of dark, and but I thought, well, maybe I'll just mix it up a little bit, throw a little purple on there. I think that the sky color behind it will be fun. And I'll also talk to you a little bit. You can see me down there, right there. That's me. I'm right in the middle of my palette. But if you can see the colors around me, they're also over. No, they're over that way on the screen. But I have titanium white, cadmium yellow light. This is quinacridone red, or permanent rose is what it's called in Winsor & Newton Professional. This is ultramarine blue, phthalo green. And that kind of makes our way all around. But who's ready for this? You guys? Are you guys ready to get started with this? And we're going to just keep talking, and we're going to start seeing how this goes. And we'll give away prizes as we go as well. So I'm just thinking that I would love one. Okay, yeah, I see it. Yes, sir. Ready, ready. I was born ready. There we go. There it is. I was born ready. Ready. I was born ready. I'm so thankful that you guys know that. Okay, guys. So let's do this. The first thing that I'm going to do actually here is because it's purple, and I like that. I like that a lot. But I'm also just going to shake it up a little bit right off the bat. I'm going to mix up a little bit of this orangish reddish color here, and I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to throw somebody off. I know this will throw somebody off. They'll go, what is going on? Does he even know what he's doing? And you'll come to the conclusion soon enough that I may or may not know what I'm doing. But what I do know is I know how to have fun. And I know that one of the enemies of having fun is being scared. And I just think sometimes you just have to do something that's going to break you out of fear. And so that's why I do this kind of thing sometimes, is just because I think, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a little bit outside of what I'd normally do. So why don't we just try it? And now I don't care as much if I make another mistake, because I already feel like I made a mistake. And then I get a little bit looser with it. You know what I mean? So I'd like to ask this, though. Who had a good time in the celebration this week? In the Masterclass. Because I think you guys did amazing.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's been so cool seeing all your paintings. It always blows my mind that we have literally thousands of paintings that get created during this week. Like, all these strangers just get together from all over the world, all corners of the internet, and we just make thousands of pieces of art. It's so cool.
It's like an explosion of creativity, isn't it?
It is.
It's quite amazing. Yeah, I think it's always fun to see. Was there anybody who this was your first time painting, either in a long time or maybe really your first time painting ever? Put it in the chat. Let us know.
Yeah, let's see. Chrysla's, it was a great week. I most definitely did a challenging something. Really great demonstrations, reference photo. All the comments are going so fast. Expressive time. Thanks always from a member. Some beautiful paintings for sure. First in acrylics. I really love the painting demonstrations. Lots of lovely comments.
Yes, I haven't painted in a long time. Yes, first time in many years. First time painting with online class. First time painting in acrylics. Yes, I haven't painted in that concentrated way in a long time.
First time painting since summer began. So much fun. Love the energy and encouragement from you guys.
That's so fun. So what it tells me is there's a lot of courageous people who stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Said, you know what? Let's do it, right? I think that's so cool. Because, okay, who can tell me that they had to overcome some fear? Who had some fear at some point that you had to face into whatever that fear was and just say, no, you're not winning the day today. I'm not going to let you keep me from being creative and participating. Who overcame some fear? I see already.
Me, definitely. Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's fear and frustration. Yeah.
Proud of you
if
guys.
You want to know what I'm doing right now is I'm just layering in some different colors here. I can still see the pattern of the lines that I put down earlier, but I'm just kind of going over it with different colors that I think will fit the scene. A little bit cooler gray blues, things like that.
Almost a year. Oh, someone says, yeah, Jay, could you push the palette up a little bit because your head is blocking it?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Slightly.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Here, I just need to tape it down. Yep. Let me go like this. This desk is at a little bit of a slope, little angle.
I wanted to paint more like you. I love getting to use a big brush. Fantastic.
Yeah, I saw somebody say they had to overcome the fear of the big brush too.
Oh, yeah. I honestly...
First time in 81 years. Did you see that?
I didn't. It's amazing.
My very first time in 81 years. Geraldine. Woo!
Fantastic. So cool to see.
Yeah.
I honestly really like, and that's part of why we have that as our first exercise, because it's such a practical way to loosen up, but I really like the way that it turns out most of the times, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a good lesson. That first one though, I think we definitely changed that up earlier on. We didn't have that as our first lesson.
Yes.
Because it felt like it was the one that caused the most anxiety in people.
Yeah.
And we felt like doing it later in the week made it worse.
We also used to have it as like a little bit of a variation where you could choose what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Where we had like 3 different exercises to loosen up, but
it's more complicated that way for sure.
Yeah, definitely. More complicated. And I feel like the big brush gets the idea across the best.
Yeah. That palette is huge, LOL. I don't think it's that big, actually, if you're talking about my palette. This is just like, what, maybe 8 by 10 or something. 6 by 8, 9 by 6 by 9, something. Pretty small. Yeah, I know that right now, I mean, honestly, I can't see any more than you guys can. It looks messy to me too. If you're thinking that, it definitely looks messy to me also. But I'm just trusting the process, and sometimes that's what you have to do. If you have a direction in mind that you're thinking about going, but it takes a little bit to get there, you might not know that the first few times that you paint, and it might scare you to death because you can't see an immediate result. But if you can start learning the process and learning to trust the process, it actually is really nice, because then you can live with a little bit of uncertainty along the way. One of the hardest things about painting is if you have to fix everything that you put down or make it perfect before you do another part of the painting or work, it makes your paintings really they're generally pretty tight, because you work and work and work on one thing, and you never really add looseness to the whole overall painting. I still haven't changed my brush. This is still the first brush that I use. I'm just going back and forth with colors. I like the composition generally. I moved this. There's going to be the waterway is going to be over a little bit more to the right, and I'm not sure on the house yet. I kind of left it out. Well, I mean, I did leave it out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it out forever or if I'll feel like it should go back in.
How long will we have access to the lessons in the challenge? I believe we're taking the replays down publicly on Wednesday, and then if you become a member, though, you get access to the replays, so you can keep watching them.
So this is going to be one of the fun things that we do right now tonight, or that I'm going to tell you guys about, is so you this is what I think is so funny, is that I'm going to tell you that I'm going to give this painting away, but there's a couple conditions. One is the big one is I'm going to give it away to somebody who has become a member of Acrylic University. So that's the big condition. But the other thing that's funny about it is that it's it doesn't look like much right now. It's kind of like, well, I don't really care about that. But I think as it goes, I think you'll see that it's actually got more potential than you think right now. At least I'm hoping it does. Be a real bummer of a prize to give away if it doesn't turn out. Whoever wins will feel totally cheated. There's a lot of stuff down here in the bottom that is just like, I think you could paint this really fast in a way, but it would probably be really boring because there's actually a lot of interesting stuff down here in the bottom. Like, I think it's interesting design. some interesting variations in the color. But the temptation would be to paint all of this dark stuff the exact same. I'm thinking about another. Okay, so I do have another question for you. For those who turned in or were able to complete homework, which one was your favorite? I don't mean, this could be taken two ways. One, which one is your favorite lesson? Like, which one did you actually like the teaching on, or the idea of it the most? But it also could mean, out of the paintings that you did for your homework, which painting did you like the best of your own work?
Yes, for sure. Last one, third. I see only third lesson answers so far. The one with light. The last one, love learning how to paint light.
Oh,
Ooh,
there I see a
very interesting.
Couple bold ones in there.
Third day. Lots of third day enjoyers in here.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad. This one, to be honest, this painting right now, it's not the same as the third day, but now that I'm thinking about it, it does have one element that's kind of similar, and that is that I put more color up here, like more of the background color. It's not a gradation, it's not the exact same, but some of that orange and the warmer background is going to come through, and it's going to affect the way that it feels. Because if this purple is showing up down here, but you have more of the brighter color showing through up there, it's going to make it feel like there's a sun or an effect of the sun up there. The first one, second one, last, I like my first painting best. I love Diana's class. I like the second day painting of mine the best. That's great. I love it. You guys, thank you for writing so many answers in.
Yeah, definitely.
I still see them coming through.
Someone says you're an amazing teacher.
Oh, well, Diana's not here right now, you guys. Just joking. No, Diana is an amazing teacher, and I feel like I thank you. That means a lot to me, because if I'm like half as good of a teacher, so kind of like what I think about my dad. Sometimes I think like if I'm just half as good of a man as my dad, I'll be a pretty good man, you know. If I'm half as good of a teacher as Diana, that'd be amazing. Okay, we're still very much in the dark. We're in the dark still quite a bit. And I want to stay there because that's where we're going to create the atmosphere for the light. If you've been around me before, you've probably, well, at least maybe have heard me say that you paint your lights with your darks. And if you don't establish a really good value pattern with the darks and the midtones, your highlights don't have any punch. They don't stand out. They just look the same as everything else. So you need to get in with your darks and create this kind of background for your lights. But you also don't want the background to be totally black. That's why it takes time. Because if all you do is go dark, dark, dark with no variation, you miss out on a lot of the nuances that are in the darks. Okay, loved my result on the first lesson, surprised by the second lesson. Oh man, I gotta move this. Just a second. And I'm still working on the third lesson. Interesting lessons, all of them. Well, that's cool. That is cool. I would never have chosen a photo of a muddy field to paint. No, I know.
That's kind of Jed's thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
Transform
thought
them.
this was actually a really cool picture. I was just like, oh my goodness, of course I'm going to paint that one. Diana, like I said, she shared this picture with me because we were going to pick one of our, what do we want to paint tonight? And of course, she's not able to be with us because of her mom. But when I saw this one, I just thought that is going to be an amazing one to paint. Let's do that one. I'm going to grab another brush. I think I want to have another area of dark up closer.
Yolanda Fisher says, I think I want to join, and I promise you, you won't regret it. Maybe a little biased, of course, but.
Oh man,
you'll love it.
No, you won't regret it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked to somebody who said, I regret joining Acrylic University. Most people are incredibly happy, and the only reason people say they regret something, it's like, I regret that I can't keep doing it right now because of this life situation or something like that. But come on over. We are happy to welcome you into the membership. And many of the people who are here tonight will be your longtime friends because a lot of them are already members. Okay. Look at that color. That's a fun color. Love it. I'm going to leave some of that background. I'm going to come and try to make some of that background down here at the bottom look like it's, well, I'll see, but I just thought of this. I'm going to see if I can make it look like bushes or something, because there's a dike over there and there's some taller bushes along the dike. This is about the same. Actually, this color of the small island, the smallest island, is a little bit darker. It's more like that. Yeah, I'm not totally sure on leaving out the house, but I won't be able to tell for a while if that's a good idea or not. Okay, now we need to get some lighter colors for that background.
Let me go ahead and throw up the registration page. A few people are asking for it.
Sure.
Let's see here.
Well, they can just go to acrylicuniversity.com and then there's one button to click there. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, that too. Susan Eckert says, "We love your wife, by the way." Thank you, Susan. I love her too. Quite a lot.
Yeah, that was good. Amazing. She stepped right in.
Yeah, she did. She did really well. I watched her
Were you
take
watching?
over. It was great. No, I wasn't, not the whole thing, but I did
Okay.
go back and check some parts of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very kind of her and courageous
Yeah,
to do
definitely.
that. I told these guys if they were paying attention, I think I said this the other day on Friday, but I said that John L. made me cry. Well, John L. and Diana made me cry. You guys don't know. Maybe you do. Some of you might, but a lot of you don't know how amazing the team of people that help Acrylic University be what it is. They're just amazing people.
Yeah.
So John L. didn't want to. I mean, like her first inclination is not, yeah, I want to be on camera in front of a lot of people. That's not like what she wants to do when she wakes up in the morning. And Diana was here, even though her mom has been essentially on her deathbed, but she's showing up for these events. And like, just if you know Diana, she's just such an incredible person.
Mm-hmm.
And I shed a little tear when I was talking with John L. earlier, and then Diana got on, and
yeah,
I like really cried. It was,
yeah,
just thinking about them. I mean, just what they were doing.
I know.
It's super cool.
Well, especially, yeah, I know. And it's not, John L., like, she doesn't like being the center of attention. You know, she's definitely, I'm on the more expert side, stuff like that. She doesn't want to be the center of attention. So she really stepped out of her comfort zone on Friday and did a great job.
Yeah. Well, that was what got me. Was I just was so amazed by her courage in that, and because she said this isn't like what I want to do, in my natural. But she said I never like being like, I always feel like I want to overcome things and I want to overcome fears. And she said, yeah, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. And that was when I was like, oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Very inspirational.
Yeah. Okay, we're starting to get this color of the sky back here. And I know it's going to take a couple coats for this to really show up the way we want, but we're carving it out as it is right now, and then we'll come back later, be able to refine it a little bit more. The way I like to think about the painting process is you draw, well, you design the painting, then you draw the painting, the scene onto your canvas, then you block in everything, then you refine the painting, and then you finish the painting. And it's just been helpful. I got that from John Poon. I added the design one to what he did because I like including that in the process, because otherwise I think some of us like to leave it out. But the nice thing about having an order is that it helps you stay on track. And if you feel like you don't know where something went wrong, if you are using this type of idea with an order and a framework for painting, the really great thing is that you actually can break it down and say, well, the problem is that my drawing was not accurate, and I had a good design, but my drawing lost the accuracy or something. I didn't convey the design with my drawing, and you can kind of see that. But it could be somewhere else too. It could be that usually it's not in your blocking, but it can be. It can be that you're blocking, you didn't get the right values in place, or your colors were just not that accurate to the design. Like your darks were not dark enough, or your lights were too light, or just something like that, or too dark. But I really like that. So we're just kind of at this stage where we're almost all blocked in. That's my main point right now. It's just that it's taken a while to get here, and some of it might feel like it's a little further along, and it might be, but there's going to be a lot of refining left to do. And that is actually a good thing, and that's okay, because I'm planning on that. I don't look at this by any means to be my finished painting at this stage. I'm really only looking at it like the block in, with quite a bit more to figure out.
Is this live? Yes, this is live.
I can prove it. Is this live? Yes, this is live.
Jed would have done a remarkable job predicting the questions.
Yeah. We were showing the comments live on screen also. Stuff that's hard to do when it's not live.
Very hard. I'm finding one of my struggles is creating the forms in Paint to get that 3-dimensional quality. Yeah, that's something Diana talks about a lot. So you're trying more to paint like blocks of light than you are trying to paint like a tree or a bus or a person or, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm just trying to think of if there's something that I could convey, because if I hear you correctly, you're saying like it's the actual brush strokes and stuff like that. Like, how can I do a better job of showing form, or like the form of an object as true to what it is with the actual brush strokes that I make, or that type of idea. I do use my brush strokes sometimes in the way that I think will help. Like, so for instance, if I'm painting grass and it's a lot of vertical brush, like vertical grass, I'm probably going to use my paintbrush in a vertical manner. If it's a reflection, generally I'm going to use my brush more vertically because I feel like it looks a little bit better that way. But a lot of times it's really more about the values and shading something so that it represents the light and how the light is going to affect whatever the object is. And that feels a little bit more abstract, or like maybe a little bit, it feels a little bit harder in some ways to figure out, maybe, but it might be easier. I'm not sure, but all I know is that it's like, I think the thing is that you can paint something with brush strokes that mimic what the object's form is. But if you don't get the lighting and the shading of that form, it doesn't matter what your brush strokes are like.
Yeah. Cara Turner says, I just signed up. So excited. Welcome to the membership, Cara.
Woo!
We're very excited to have you.
Congratulations. So I'm looking at the little thumbnail of this, and I like it generally, but I think I made that island too big. I kind of like the shape of it and stuff, so I thought it would be kind of good to have it be a little bit bigger, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it, or not get rid of it, but make it smaller. What does anybody? I'd love to get some feedback on something. Not that I am going to listen. I don't know if I'll listen or not, but What do you think about the house? Should the house go in? That'll be a good one for debate. I'm anticipating some differing opinions on that one.
Are you using a medium for the sky? Nope.
Nope.
Jed almost never uses mediums. Neither does Diana. No house, yes to the house, no house, yes include the house, no house, not needed. No, it
That's what I
seems more
figured.
no's
I
than
honestly
yeses.
figured that it would be a pretty debated thing. Yeah, I don't know if it needs it. That's my thing is I don't know if it, I feel like I kind of like it feeling a little bit more natural without it.
Mm-hmm.
The sky is still quite wet though, everything up there.
I'm in the minority here, apparently.
What do you say?
I
there-
like the house, but
You like what?
I say house, but my vote
Oh, you
doesn't
do?
count for anything more than anyone
That's
else.
funny.
Most people say no.
Okay, guys. Peter, can we give away one of these?
Sure. Should we use the Wheel of
Yeah.
Names or?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Sounds
I think
good.
so.
Let's do it.
We're going to give away a Winsor Newton Professional Acrylic 12-pack. You're going to get this beautiful set of paint right here. A great variety of colors in there and a beautiful type of paint. This is what I use 98% of the time.
Okay.
So we're going to give that away to somebody. Peter, do you want to, can you show that?
Yeah, I can. I just need to
Okay.
to do it.
Sweet.
Okay, Wheel of Names, random name picker. All right, sorry about the ads, guys. It's not giving me an X. Oh, it's called, okay. All right. Do we see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's spin. We have 4,000 names in here. The wheel's rather slow. And Pauline Ruiz?
All right.
All right, congratulations.
You want to write that down?
Yes, I can certainly do that.
Or unless somebody else is paying attention that's on our team. Thanks, Peter, for doing that. Congratulations,
no problem.
Pauline. You won yourself a set of paints, and all you need to do now is email us.
Yes.
At support@acrylicuniversity.com, and you will just tell us what you won and tell us what your address is. That's all we need. We'll send these off to you. Okay. I gave my paint a little bit of time to dry. So I'm going to come back down into this area and do a little bit more with some of these. They're kind of like reflections in some of these areas, but they're not super bright reflections. It's more just like wet soil that's reflecting a little bit of the light. So here's my next question for you guys. What was the hardest lesson? Either the hardest, well, I guess it has to be for you. I was going to say for some reason I was gonna say, I don't know what I was thinking, but no, what was the hardest painting to kind of figure out, or the hardest lesson to put into practice?
Number
Through the
2, Dinah's was the hardest.
color.
Second. Yeah,
Yeah,
seems to be predominantly number 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's not unusual, really.
Yeah. Makes sense. I also think the specific image,
Yeah,
it's hard to get. Well, there's a lot of like grass and stuff like that, and I feel like it can be hard to get depth in a scene like that. If that makes sense.
I do know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Blend
image
together.
itself was a little tricky.
Yeah.
A little tricky. Yeah, taking the value study to a colored painting. That's I love all of them. It's hard to let go of your preconceived ideas of a color. Yeah, somebody there, I just said number 2, but they did say because of the reference photo, not the idea, no, necessarily. It was just the harder reference photo. My take on things is, okay, so you maybe had more of a struggle with something, right? And my wonder is, did you still learn something through that process? Would you say it was still something that, you know, it provided value even though it didn't turn out well? Because I know that the temptation for me a lot of times is I want everything to turn out. But a lot of times the things that I learn the most through are the harder lessons. It's like the paintings that don't turn out sometimes are the ones where I actually learn a little bit more. Or they might turn out, but the journey to get there is really long and arduous. Yeah, I saw somebody say, I tell myself, take your time. And I think that's good advice. I learned an incredible amount in all the lessons. Struggled with number 2 and didn't like the outcome. Always learning. So it was like a bridge to learning the value of color. Yeah. I'm reading things in between brushstrokes, if you can't tell. Definitely. It made me really want to study perspective more and practice. I also need to put in more brush mounts so my attempts don't look like the same brush mark. Oh, it went away. I gave myself permission to remember this is practice. Yeah, isn't that good?
Love it.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the really helpful things to have in the back of your mind when you're painting is, I mean, maybe the only time couldn't be true is if you were painting a commission for somebody. But a lot of times, even then, you could do it again, right? And
Yes.
don't you find that when you are having fun or you're not under a lot of pressure that you usually paint better?
Oh yeah.
I find that's why that's my excuse when I do lessons. I'm like, well, it's too much pressure. I just can't. I can't do it like that.
It's fair.
No.
Teaching and performing at the same time is hard.
Well, it is, but you know what? I like it. Like we've done this so much that I can't use that as an excuse.
True.
I actually like painting with friends in the room, like we are now. Yeah, it is difficult to paint and talk at the same time, especially when you are trying to problem solve in a painting. I can talk and paint like fine if I'm just having a conversation with somebody and they're maintaining the other half of it, like where you're just going back and forth. But if I get stuck in my painting or actually the part about that that makes that easy is that it has nothing to do with the painting usually. Like I've had a friend come over while I was painting and we'll just sit and talk and it's easy because we're not talking about the painting at all. It actually is kind of helpful sometimes. But if I'm trying to explain what I'm doing in a painting and I don't know what I'm doing because I'm problem solving some particular issue, that's where it gets really hard because you're trying to explain to people like right now, I'm trying to figure out what to do because I don't really know what I'm doing. And then you just let people in on that. That's the only thing that's ever kind of helped me is just to say, okay, you know what? It's better to tell people I don't know what I'm doing right now than just say nothing because nobody knows anything about what's going on in your head if you don't say anything.
Yes.
So right now I'm cleaning off my palette and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do another coat in the sky. But I'm looking at it first to see if there's anything else I should do. I'm going to do something a little crazy right now. I'm going to break out a different color. This will throw everybody off. But it's celebration time, not teaching time. So I can do it. I can break a rule. I'm going to throw some cadmium orange in there. Cadmium orange is a pretty strong color. So the reason I did it is because it's going to, I think, give me the ability to make a rich color that's going to go right down here on the horizon. It's going to be the lower color in the sky. And it's going to get a little bit brighter as it goes up. It's going to move more into the cadmium yellow. Sometimes I just experiment. I don't know who likes experimenting out there. Have you ever just been at a place in a painting where you think, I don't know what to do, and then you get some idea and you think, well, is that going to work? And you're like, I don't know if it's going to work. Well, let's just do it anyways. Anybody else do that? I do that all the time. And the longer that you paint, it still happens, but you have a little bit more knowledge like, well, it worked once before, or something like this worked once before, so maybe it will work again. Because even though it might not be the exact same thing, sometimes it's similar enough that you have a little bit of knowledge that's helpful. So now I'm going to mix a little bit more white in there. Trying to get that gradation as it goes up into the sky. And then I need to also create a little bit of texture on the top of this hill so that it feels like there are trees. Let's bring that color back up here. And maybe we can leave that other color for the clouds. Who knows? Let's see. Got a little bit of stuff up here I need to cover. Okay, so the question is, would somebody want this painting?
Diane Sar asks, when you use your DaVinci gesso boards, do you gesso them again or put down starting color? I don't think you gesso them again, do you?
Sometimes I gesso them again. It depends, but like on this one today, I just put down my purple, which was the color of just the tone that I went with, and that's generally all I do. Just put either like so sometimes that's a black gesso that I'll use, you know, but it's more about the than it is the gesso. Although I have done white gesso for a while. I did it on quite a few, and I'm not sure why I was doing that. I think it was because I wasn't yet comfortable with the like how smooth these canvases are. They're so smooth, and it's quite different. So I kind of will trying to think here. Do I like painting on them as the ultra smooth? I like it, but I normally have put down something. And so I think that the white that I put down, the gesso that when I was doing that, it was because I was painting on a white canvas, or I was just toning it with a really light wash, and I just wanted to get it to be just a little bit darker. I mean, more grit on there. Sorry, I used the wrong word. So that the paint would stick to it and the transparent color would, it wouldn't run off. But like this one, it's just straight up. I just put on some of the violet paint, which was dioxazine violet. Nothing on there. I wasn't worried about it being too smooth or anything. I think that's partly, though, what I was saying is I've used it more now, and I'm not as afraid of the smoothness as I was. The very, very, very first time I used it, I was trying to do a wash on the background, and it was so smooth that it kind of just wiped It was just kind of wiping around. It was really different for me, and I didn't know how to handle it. But I've used it a lot more since then. Ah, man, this is kind of, let me see something here. Wrong way. There. Yeah, I do love yellow skies. I see that somebody saying that. I don't know why I do so much. I guess it just means it was sunny that day. Would you have changed your mind on a different color after doing this? Oh, for the background? No, I like it. I think that's what you're talking about, is the background. And I think that this color has worked just fine.
Someone asks, how do I train myself to see colors like in the field?
Well, watch this and see what I did compared to the reference photo. And then the next time and then try to paint it yourself and use the exact colors that I am using and see what it looks like and go, can you see it? It's colorful, but it's dark, right? And so what you don't want to get confused about is, like, what's the brightest part of the painting? By far, it's the sky, right? I mean, the sky's brighter than the reflection right now. I might make a couple areas in the reflection that are brighter or the same, but right now, this is the brightest, then the reflection, and then everything else is actually pretty dark. Some of this land in the background might be, it's probably mid-tone, but like this violet that's showing up there, it's going to fall into, like, it's going to be a dark. And so all that variation in there is also pretty much going to be in the darks. So I think it's just important to note that, because the temptation is to go color and then you lose the darkness of it, and then it doesn't look right because it just doesn't match with the scene and like the other values and everything like that. So I think when you think about trying to add in color, the lesson that Diana gave about values is the most important thing to have in the back of your mind with that, because if you can do that and accomplish that and remember that, then you're going to be good. You're going to be totally fine. But if you lose sight of that, it'll be hard, and you'll try something and it won't look right, and you'll think, oh, I can't do this. I just have to paint it like I see it. But if you can figure out the value thing and put your colors down based on that, I think you'll find, oh, wow, like that worked and it was different than I'd normally do it. And you'll have a reference point for later. The place I probably learned the most about painting values really was the first time I painted outside at night. And that was because I couldn't see what I was doing, but this older artist had told me, hey, if you paint right now, kind of like in the dark, you can't see everything because I didn't have a light on my canvas at all. He said, but if you paint the values, paint what you see in the values, and don't worry so much about the actual colors, when you wake up in the morning, you'll probably find, if you did it well, that your colors look good because they'll be the right value. And that was exactly what happened. And it made a lot more sense to me then after that. And I feel like I realized, okay, I can do this. And so I think you just kind of need to get a little bit of success in it. And it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you be more courageous. But I also think watching what other people do is very helpful because it gives you the idea. Like, oh my goodness, I can do that. I don't have to paint it exactly like it looked originally to my eyes. But honestly, when I look at the scene, I do see quite a bit of variation in there. And it's just that I exaggerate what I see. I exaggerate these little parts of the dirt that are catching. They're catching like a blue-violet sky or something. I don't know what they're catching exactly, but it looks more purple to me. And then there's other parts that are even more, and they look a little bit more blue. So it's all those things. I think it's seeing somebody else do it and realizing that you can. It's practicing and trying and seeing that it works, and it's paying attention, close attention to values, or else it's not going to work at all. And you'll feel like you don't have the skill, but it's really just your values were off. Okay. Okay, Jonna Gale, I think that's how to say your name. You say, ask, what is the VIP bundle? I paid extra for more studies of these lessons. Yeah, so you have all the Masterclass lessons ongoing. So you have access to them even after the class is over. The thing is that we've realized this, that some people have participated in the past and they unsubscribed from our email list. And then they don't get any emails from us anymore, even emails that they really need to get. So if that's you, you probably were sent quite a few emails, or at least a few explaining emails about your VIP bundle, how to access it and everything like that. But you might need to reach out to us at support@acrylicuniversity.com. And that's just my other advice. I honestly, guys, I wouldn't unsubscribe from us, because it'll come back around and you won't get any of the emails and you miss out on a bunch of stuff. Even stuff like that.
Yeah, and updates for the class and all kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done with this, guys.
Looks awesome, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, though, is we're going to give this away. I don't think we're going to be able to give it away during the live stream, because I want to have it go through the rest of the night. And but if you have signed up with Acrylic University by the end of the night, you are going to be eligible to get this. And the good thing there is that we already have your email address, so we will be reaching out to you.
Yep.
And yeah, that was fun, though. That was a blast. I had such a good time. I knew that this painting was going to be fun. And that's my little place right over there, Secret Beach, where you have to hike back from this dike. There's a road that goes back here. And then you get out of your cars after you park on this narrow little lane. You hike over the dike, go back in these marshy wetlands, And they really are. They're marshy because when the high tide comes in, it's actually full. It's like soggy. But when the tide's out, you hike all the way out there about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and you get to this coolest little island. You climb over to the other side, and there's Secret Beach. Very cool place. So, anyways, I had a blast, and we're going to give this away. Like I said, we're going to give this away to somebody who has signed up by the end of the day. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, man, this is really a good deal. You could be the one who wins. But we've got a $500 prize, and I also want to give away a couple more sets of brushes. So I'll show you the brushes again. This is what we're giving away. Princeton Catalyst. I'm sorry. That's my habit of saying that. But these are Princeton Aspen brushes. These are incredible brushes. A number 6 and a number 10. Peter. Oh,
yes, sir.
You took away your wheel of names.
Oh, I can throw it back up there. 2 seconds.
Okay. Let's do it again.
All right.
So we're going to do this. We're going to give away. You can actually close that list of names over on the right, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Much better.
Yeah. And but we're going to give away. How many of these should we give away? I could give away. I think I have 3 sets right here. Should we give away 3 sets?
Sure.
That'd be pretty killer.
That would be pretty killer.
We're going to give away 3 sets of these.
All right.
And we're going to give away the $500 Amazon gifts.
Very cool. All right, number 1, Stephanie Anderson. Congratulations on winning.
All right.
Brush set there.
Yeah, email us, Stephanie.
Yep, just gonna go ahead and write your name down. Fantastic.
Perfect.
All right.
These
Number
also
2.
work as drumsticks. If you don't take out the sizing that makes them really hard on the end, you can keep them as little. That's a joke.
Ellie Hansen, congratulations.
Hey, Hansen, all right.
Getting a nice new set of brushes. And number 3, what do we got here? The third winner is Sharon Stewart. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay, cool. So, Peter, what I want to do before we give away the $500 prize is I'm going to take just a little second here to walk people through. When you are a member of Acrylic University, this is where you get inside of here. And if you are a VIP member, like the person who just asked that question, you actually have an email and a password that will get you into your area here. It's a different product, but it would be in this same place. It would just be down, like maybe right there. It'd be like this. That's what it would be right there. So, but I'm not talking about the VIP thing. I'm talking about the membership. And what you're going to do is you're going to start here. And this is a very quick, brief kind of welcome to Acrylic University. Show you around a little bit, meet the team, join the community, emails you want to receive, your questions answered, painting critiques. It tells all about these things, setting goals, all that kind of thing.
Yep.
And this is where what we call the journey is. You can think of it as everything that happens live. Everything that happens live inside of Acrylic University is going to be here. So you get a calendar that you can look at, and it's going to show you the schedule of upcoming classes. And then you can come down here, and what you have, well, the nice thing here is that you have all these different links that will show up. Like this one on the top is the next live class. So all you ever have to do is go in here and click this link, and it's going to show you Like
Yep,
if I
it'll
click
take
it,
you
I
straight
won't.
to the next
And I
live class,
take
and you
it
can
straight,
wait for it.
yeah, straight to the class. But if you miss something, you can click on this and you can go and you can see, oh, okay, that was the workshop. That was the guest artist. And all these things just get inputted into here at the conclusion of the live. So within a day, it's right in here. So if you missed it, you never actually really missed it. You just go in here and you can catch up. So that's live classes, what we call the journey. And if you go back from there, you'll see the bonus library. This is all recorded content in here. And this is where it will keep track of where you are. So if you were in one of the courses, say you were doing Perspective 101 and you'd made it through, you were like right here, but you couldn't remember exactly where you were. The cool thing is, if you go back, once you come into here, it will just take you exactly where you were. So if I click it, it goes to some random thing that I was working on or looking at before. But we've got this full.
Dean Frey says, I live in the library.
What's that?
Dean Frey says, I live in the library.
Yeah, oh, that's cool.
Let's go.
Yeah. So in here, though, there's just, I'd love to hear from somebody who's a member just to say, yeah, it really is a lot of stuff in here.
Hours and hours and hours of some of the best acrylic painting courses out there, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, say you open this one, the color of light and shadow. This is...
Yes, somebody was talking about having a hard time getting the 3-dimensional look with light in their paint. This course will help you out with that immensely.
Form, lighting, shadows. I mean, that's what it is. But these are multi-faceted courses. It's not just 1 or 2 lessons inside of them. For instance, the landscape modules is 12 different modules, all on different subjects. And so you get to go in here, you can kind of choose. If you had a subject that you really were trying to figure out how to paint, you could go in here and look at subject-based things. Some of the courses are more theme-based, right? Like color. Is it about color, or is it perspective, or is it, you missed one of the Masterclass lessons and you want to go back to see one of those? Well, look at this, guys. There are multiple workshops and lessons and Masterclasses in here. I mean, stuff that we don't even do anymore because we realized that it was way too much valuable content that we were giving away for free. And it was like, this is a master's level course that thousands of people got for free, which we're generally good with it, but it's just like stuff that you're going like, I can't believe but it's in there. It's in there. So you will never, I will like this still life. I think this is the one, I'm pretty sure this is the one that Diana said, not sure if it was this one or it was the color of light and shadow, but she said she spent 2 months just preparing to record the class.
Yeah.
Like 2 months, 50 hours a week. And if you know Diana, it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's such an incredible.
Yeah, I heard somebody say I've been around since 2020 and I haven't come close to touching everything.
Yeah. And the way that why we call it a library is because you don't go into the library in your hometown and think, oh no, I've never read all these books. Like there's a bunch of books that I've never read. I'm way behind.
I need to read all the books.
Yeah. A library is not meant to be, 100, everybody has read 100% of the books. It's more like, I need that over there. I need information on this one thing. Where do I find it? That's why it's a library. The journey is a live thing. It's like engaging with other people. The library is resource after resource after resource that you can go to when you need it. And you can go, okay, that's the tool I need for my painting that I'm working on right now. So anyway, just wanted to show you that one more time because I know that some of you still have never actually seen what the inside of it looks like. But we made that really easy right now, guys, because if you want to, you can just take a 5-day test drive and you're going to get inside. You just choose what do you want, monthly, annual, lifetime. You can go down here. You can see a little bit more about it, how it breaks down, the different bonuses that are included in each offer. There's a button for Canadians. There's a button if you want to apply for a scholarship. If money is the only reason that you are hesitating, then please just click this button right here, apply for a scholarship, and we'll get back to you very quickly because we have people in customer support that look at this all the time and are there to make sure that you get your questions answered. But you can go down on this sales page. You can read all about the different parts that are inside. If you want a little bit more information, you can see some references from other people. You can meet me and Diana. You can see these different testimonials. You can it just will give you a little bit better idea if you want to just see like a little bit more about the different elements that are in it. And here's another really awesome thing, guys. A bonus that we just threw in, the Master Series course. Like, you guys don't even know, but this stuff is crazy. It's so good. This Master Series is amazing. Amazing artists, 5 different artists, 5 incredible lessons, workshops that we did with them. So anyways, it's all down here. You can see, just kind of goes through the whole thing. And if you are still going, well, I just don't know, we have this happy artist guarantee. We are going to refund your money if you go in, you go past your 5-day test drive, you get into 29 days and 23 hours, and you go, I don't want to be here. All you have to do is write us an email. We're going to refund your money. No questions asked. So anyways, we try to make it easy because the reason I'm talking about this and the reason that we want to make sure if there's somebody out there who missed something, they weren't at the last session, they didn't get the emails because they for whatever reason, they got it in the spam folder or something like that. We want to make sure that you see and very clearly know how to do this. So all you have to do is go to acrylicuniversity.com and you're going to see a button right there that says take a limited test drive. And it's going to send you to the sales page and you just fill out the form, send it in. You get 5 days on us for free. You can check it out. If you don't like it, you can get out. You won't be charged. If you go past that, you have 30 days to just keep testing it out and we'll refund your money. But like we said, I know that there's somebody here watching right now that is sitting on the fence. And the reason we make it easy to get inside during these enrollment periods is because we don't want you to sit on the fence. There's nothing worse than sitting on the fence and then the doors close, which they will in a couple days. The doors are going to close and you're going to topple over and you're going to be stuck in the exact same place that you've been stuck for the last however long. I know we just asked the question earlier tonight. How many of you is this the first time that you painted in a long time? And how many people were like, yeah, this is the first time in years. I haven't painted with this much, enthusiasm for so long, right? And what we know about you is that you are creative. You have talent inside of you. You have skills that need to be developed and for your own good. It's like you have this part of you that you can live into, and we just want to be there to cheer you on and to encourage you on your way because you have more fun with something when you do develop your skills. You have a lot more fun when you know, like I enjoy this thoroughly. I've enjoyed it for, wow, this has been, let me just do a little math here. Man, I think it's 25 years that I've been painting in acrylics now. And I've enjoyed it so much since the very first day that I picked them up in Whistler, BC. I mean, it's almost been like a really, really healthy addiction, if you can use that. Like what do you say? Because art, you know, one thing is that there's a solace to it. And the cool thing is that it's cheaper than therapy, but it's so good for you. So anyways, we're gonna jump into the prizes, the last prize, but make sure that if you are that person that I was talking to, you've been on the fence, you've been just sitting there, jump to this side. Show yourself that you have what it takes. You are more creative than you think, and we are here to support you and encourage you in your very own artistic and creative journey. Because the worst thing, like one thing that somebody said, they said the only wasted paint is what's still in the tube. Don't be a wasted tube of paint that's just sitting there. Allow yourself to just squeeze yourself out, like allow your creativity to come out because it's inside of you. So let's do this, Peter.
All right.
It's time for
Final
the big grand prize, $500.
Let's do this. Let's see, what do we got here? Spinning, and Tommy Ross, my guess.
Oh, very cool.
Congratulations.
Tommy Ross, all right. Oh my goodness. How fun, man. How fun.
Yes.
That is so good.
Congratulations.
Yes, I see Rebecca Knudsen already said, congratulations. Yeah, super fun. I'm going to stick around here. If there is anybody who has any questions, Peter and I will be in here for a little bit, just because I know there might be some people who came in late. There might be somebody who didn't hear what they wanted to hear, or might either have a question about the membership or have a question about painting. Yes. Either way, just shoot us your questions now. But I just want to say to all of you who maybe are rushing off to, go do something else, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Congratulations. You have until Wednesday, midnight Pacific time to join our membership. If you're not a member, make sure you jump off the fence right now. And here's one of the last things I want you to know before you go. Peter and I are going to go live again tomorrow just for fun. Just a total fun for all, right? It's not a free for all, fun for all. And we're going to have a blast. So what time are we doing that, Peter?
We're going to be doing that at 11 a.m. So same time as all the Masterclass sessions.
Normal sessions.
Past week. Yep. Same time as normal sessions. It's going to be just a fun bonus session to do one more live painting. Good stuff. Good stuff. We actually talked recently about how we missed Friday Night Live. And
we're going to pull some of those back out for sure.
Yeah.
But you guys, if you're off to do something different right now, make sure that you have a good, safe evening. Remember that you are loved and believed in.
Yes.
And we are very proud of you.
Yes.
So now for the questions. If you've got a question, shoot it our way.
Replay. Yes, the bonus session, there will be a replay until Wednesday. So tomorrow, Tuesday, bonus session. Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. at the very end of the day, Wednesday. Replays will go away unless you are a VIP or a member. So,
yeah. The bonus session tomorrow, let me be clear on it. It will be kind of like tonight in that it will be a fun time.
Yeah.
It will have some teaching in it. It will have some of that, but it's not going to be a full-on lesson like the Masterclass lessons.
Yes.
So I actually think that we left it on last time, Peter. I think that we just left it on
YouTube. Yeah, we might do
YouTube.
that.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a member for tomorrow? No, it's just going to be public here on the YouTube channel. Where do we go for orientation? So we have new member orientation this Thursday, I believe.
Yep.
So you'll get details about that in your inbox after you sign up. And yeah, we'll be going through more stuff, everything you need to know to get the most out of your membership.
Yeah, my wife will be back for that, and she's very good at giving a thorough kind of onboarding.
Yes. Do you have to be a member to watch tomorrow? Nope, already answered that. How do you decide what to paint?
What I think about is just, do I love it? Man, I got so excited the other day. We were driving back across the mountains. I went over to a place called Leavenworth, and we were driving back. My brother said, hey, we should pull off up here. There's a really great little waterfall off to the side where we can go down and take some pictures. And we got out, walked down, and the sun was kind of filtering across over the tallest of the trees, hitting some of the rocks. And I took about 500 trillion pictures because it was so beautiful. And I have to say, you have an experience like that, you just can't wait to take pictures, or you can't wait to paint what you saw. And so really for me, it's like I don't usually paint things that aren't kind of engaging for me myself. The only time I'll do something that I it's not engaged for me is like if it's a commission for somebody else.
Right.
But what happens in that is that if they never tell me to paint something that they don't care about, and when I understand why they care about whatever it is, then I start to care about it too. And I understand like from their point of view. So passion and love is always like at the heart of what I choose.
If my yellow doesn't cover well, even if it's a level 2, I'm assuming you mean professional grade, could it be the brand problem? Artist's Loft paint.
Oh yeah, Artist Loft is not.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying level 2. There might be different levels of the Artist Loft paint, but yeah, you kind of have to get to the highest level probably of either Golden or Winsor Newton or Liquitex Professional. You just have to make sure that the paint is a professional grade when it comes to yellow. There's no substitute for that ever. Yes. I've never found one.
Real quick, if you start monthly, can you switch to lifetime? Yes, you can. And we also credit. So if you upgrade within the first 30 days, we credit whatever you've paid towards your upgrade. So if you buy annual and decide, hey, I want lifetime, you can do that within the first 30 days. Same thing with monthly, and we'll credit that original payment.
You get 100% of the credit. If you wait till after the month, you get a percentage of the credit.
Yes. I arrived late. Can you talk a little bit about the Masterclass series that's included? I'm assuming they mean the Master series.
Oh yeah, probably. So that was a series of lessons that was done by 5 really incredible artists that we know. That they chose their subject, they chose the theme of their own lesson, but they're all people who are very, very what's the word? They are artists who have mastered acrylics. Like they really know what they're doing. And so they all have their own like kind of personality in art, which is also really fun. Some of them lean to be more refined, like they're fine brushwork, or a little bit more careful with what they're doing, and others that are more bold and energetic with their brushwork. And so it was kind of a really great combination of artists and the lessons that they did. So that's what that is. Yeah. I saw somebody ask what's better for a beginner Princeton Catalyst or Princeton Aspen. And honestly, when I was a beginner, I didn't use anything that as nice as either of those. I used like really, really cheap ones. So you would not be disappointed with either. I would probably, like at this stage, I think that the longevity of the Aspen, it might be a little bit better just because of the way that the catalysts are made with the split ends. I think it might soak up water a little bit more or fray a little bit easier. But either one would be good. If I was giving you one, I'd say go with the Aspens.
Cool. Studio lighting. What type of lighting do you use?
Well, in this studio, I have 2 big fluorescent lights on either side. And that they're not made for a studio. But they are pretty good light. It's kind of like, I would have to look at them to see, because they were in here before I got in here, but they're pretty good. I like them. And they kind of shine from both sides. So it's good for this situation because I don't get a lot of glare and it's not like an overhead. So that's really good. But there will be other people, Melissa, that can answer, and they'll be able to give you much better ideas. We've got too many smart members of Acrylic University that that all know way more than me.
Yeah, I think Diana has some stuff about that too. So
yeah. What was the other one? You just pulled something up.
Oh, Junebug just said, I think she joined. So she said, I'm really jazzed. And I know I made a great decision.
Cool. Awesome. Junebug, congratulations.
So Deborah, you can definitely come to Thursday's orientation if you are a member. If you have trouble finding that, just email support and we'll make sure you're able to find that. If you pay monthly, can you go on and off access, or is it like once you go off, you're done? So if you cancel your monthly membership, you won't be able to rejoin until another enrollment period. Or
what we do though is that you can pause your membership for up to a certain amount of time. So if you are in a situation where okay, I'm going on a vacation next month to Greece, and I know that I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, and I know I won't be able to use the membership, you can reach out to support@acrylicuniversity.com and say, hey, could I pause my membership for the month of October?
Yeah.
And we'll just put a pause on it.
Yeah. What is your signature pen?
Oh, my pen that I use is, it's called Artuli. That's just a brand. It's just an acrylic paint pen, and it's red. And yeah, I like it a lot.
So Gretchen asks, is your workshop in October full yet? So they're talking about our in-person workshop in October, and no, last time I checked, it's not full.
Well, there's 2 workshops.
Yes. Yeah, we have 2, and I don't think either of them are full yet. So definitely email support if you're interested in doing that, and you can come see Jed live or in person at our studio. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can look that up right now. But last I knew that there was a few, like, I'm trying to think here. Let me just see. Workshop should pull up here for me. There's a few spots in both of them still. So yeah, you can sign up for that. That's going to last. In fact, Peter was, you can't see behind me, but we've got a little construction happening. Yeah, it's really good stuff, man. It's going to be super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, definitely. The studio is Camino Island, Washington. What are the smooth canvases you're using? They're just DaVinci Pro panels. Or actually, I don't know if Jed's are. Never mind. Take that back.
They are. Yeah, I was just going to grab one. I think I have one right here. I can show you what they look like.
My husband got it for me, so I'll be there. Yay, Ruth.
Hey, cool.
Very cool. Where should you stay? Yeah, look for hotel or an Airbnb or something like that, we have some more info if you reach out to support.
So this is what it looks like. It's just a panel that's kind of framed like this, and that one's what was I gonna say? I was toned already. This one is kind of crazy. Okay, I'll just switch real quick. Okay, you can see this one is, you can see the DaVinci Pro panels, and it's ultra smooth. That's the ones that Diana and I use. This one is a little bit deeper, but I usually get the thinner ones now for the size that I'm doing, 12 by 12.
Let's see. Oh, Melanie, how do you finish the sides of those?
I don't. I leave them natural, and I really like the way that they look. And if I need to, I'll sand along the edge. It's kind of it's kind of easy. I'm just laughing because when I go like this, like watch this, look at that. Do you see how you can see through that canvas? Isn't that funny? It's a green screen behind me.
Yep. Reflected light, and then boom.
I know, isn't that, that's what that is. Reflected. Yep. That's wild, huh?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I was trying to figure out why I was doing it sometimes at different angles.
Yeah.
That's so
cool.
Oh, man. I was like, you know what it made me think of? It made me think of the Matrix, man. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, it looks like it reminds me of the Matrix.
I can see that. We found a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Do you paint larger than 12 by 12?
Yeah, I do. I'm laughing because you probably think I only paint small paintings because that's what I do for lessons. But yeah, I mean, over there, I've got some bigger paintings on the wall. And Diana and I had that question asked on Friday, and we were saying, like, what is the biggest painting you've done? And my biggest is 4 feet by 10 feet, but Diana's was 5 feet by 15 feet, which was
crazy.
Like, wow, it's like a mural size.
Doug asks, if I wear my hat backwards, will I become a better artist?
Well, it depends, Doug. I have a hat that I could give to you. I almost brought it out here. I got this hat. Okay, this is so silly. I don't know. Sometimes I do things and then later I think, why did I do that? But okay, so I wanted to get a hat that was, like the baseball. Like, well, what I'm trying to say, the professional hats don't have a hole here. Like, they're just fitted to your head, right? So I was like, well, I used to have a lot of hats like that. Why don't I order an Acrylic University hat that way? So I ordered this hat online, but you can't try it on. I mean, just like went to a site and I was like, gave them the hat size, all this stuff. I got it today. Now, a hat that you custom order and put your own logo on, it's like pretty expensive, right? Like this hat was like over $50 by the time they added tax on and everything like that. And I got it, but I'm like, well, it'll be worth it. I'll wear it a lot. It'll be my go-to hat because I also put Brave Artist right here. And I was like, this is going to be killer. This is going to be such an awesome hat. I got it today. The thing is like probably this tall. It's like, I don't know. You could fit.
What?
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's like such a big hat. Like vertically, it's crazy. I'm just going like, oh my gosh. Like I'll probably never wear it. Although I think Turnip Ted might wear it. I was thinking that it might fit his head a little bit better. But anyways, Doug, I could send it to you, man. And if you wore it, I'm sure it would make you a better artist.
Yeah.
It would. That hat probably, the reason it probably is so big is because it has so much power in it.
Yeah. Studies show this hat will make you sell paintings 3 times faster on average.
Yeah. Here's a question. Do monthlies, I like that, how you asked that, Jeannie. Do monthlies? Yes, you do. You do. All members have access to the library as long as you're a member. Yep. Oops, sorry. We've thought about having a lower tiered membership kind of thing, like where you didn't access the library and it was just the live classes. We've just never done it. I don't know. I always manage to get my brush so sloppy or gloppy.
Gloppy.
I don't have a nice sharp edge. What am I doing wrong? Well, could be how old the brush is. Like this brush, you can see I'm holding it up with the edge, facing you. But you can see that it's actually like pretty thick. It's not really thin. Like this one is really thin. It comes to a point. But this one's still pretty thick. Now, this is one difference between the Catalyst and the Aspen. I don't know if this will stay like this because this is a new brush, but I'll test that and I'm going to see over time, does this stay more formed and will it keep a smaller fine edge longer than a Catalyst? This is a pretty old brush, so I kind of expect this out of this at this point, but it could be the brush. That's my first thought with you, is that you can learn a lot about a brush over time. And one thing that I noticed my friend Amy doing was she was using a watercolor brush for a really, really sharp edge in acrylics. And I think it has to do with the way that it is made. I'm just seeing if I have mine here because it made me go out and buy one, but I don't have it here. Okay, let's see. I think we should have an AU hat. Yeah, I know.
We've been working on something like that, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Is there an order we should watch videos in, like from easy to hard, or is it random? Do you have a beginner to advanced layout of any sort? So
yeah,
the library is kind of already laid out that way. Like easiest to more difficult courses. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
I had my Aspens a few months now and they're still flat and perfectly in shape. Thank you for that information, Barbara. I have that feeling that honestly, I've been such a Princeton Catalyst fan for so long that I've hesitated to throw my allegiance toward the Aspens.
Yeah.
But I just had this feeling that I actually am going to like the Aspens more than the Catalyst. That doesn't mean that the Catalysts are bad brushes. It just means that, like, if you have, out of all the brushes that I've used, they're both super, super high on the list. Like, I love them so much. But maybe the Aspen do just get a little bit higher vote from me because of the thing, like you just said, like maybe they hold their shape a little bit better. Maybe their longevity is a little bit better. Yeah, I see somebody else saying, I love the Aspen. Yeah, Tacey's saying, Aspen, stay thin, keep form over time. So that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah. Yep.
Good night, Heather. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Bren asked, are they stiffer? Yeah, the Princeton, both of them are actually, I think they're about the same in terms of the stiffness of the bristles. They are. I just felt both of them. But yeah, they're stiffer than some other average brushes. Like, they're definitely stronger. Do we get a discount with these brushes? I see somebody asking. I can't remember if we have a discount with Princeton or not. We sometimes get coupon codes, but I don't think we have with Princeton.
Yeah.
Because we don't order directly from them usually. People usually have to go to like Blick. But if you look on Blick or you look on Jerry's Artorama or one of those places. Sometimes you might find them on sale. That's what I would do. Just check
Who
that
do
out.
we have a discount with? Is it Windsor Newton?
We have Windsor Newton.
Yeah.
If we have that link, and I might need to get a new link. I was thinking about that recently, but we do have a link for Windsor Newton where we get an awesome deal.
Yeah.
I think 50% off. It's super awesome. How long do we have to apply for scholarship, and how long does it take to hear back? Well, you should apply before the deadline on Wednesday.
Yeah. But it doesn't take long to hear back at all.
Yeah, it doesn't take long because, like I said, we have like extra people looking at the emails all the time right now during the enrollment period so that they can get back to you quickly.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I think we should.
I think we're done, you guys. We did it. We made it through, and we still have over 380 people hanging out with us because it's just fun to party. It's fun to have a good time, and we're glad that you're still here with us. We're going to sign off for now, but I want to see each one of you tomorrow come 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time and show up and hang out with us again. We're just going to see what, I don't know, maybe I'll come up with another painting that's decent. Maybe you guys will have like the best painting session of your entire life when you show up. Wear your hat backward tomorrow. Make sure you come with a backwards hat because we already know that that's part of the solution for bad paintings is just you forgot to wear your hat backwards.
Yep.
But we love you and believe in you guys. Thank you for joining us, and know that we're rooting for you, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Love you guys. Peace.